Hello. Hello. Oh, hello. Yeah, hello. Yeah, hello. Today's Monday. I'm drowning in deadlines, but tomorrow is Miku Day. And so today I'll be drawing something for Miku Day. Cause like the last few years, whenever it was like Miku Day when it came around, I kind of was like super busy. Like how I'm super busy right now. uh I forgot like all the other years. So this year, I'm not gonna forget. I have not forgotten. So today we will be drawing something for Miku Day because she deserves it. Yes, hello. Yes, deadlines. I have so many deadlines right now, guys. I'm drowning in deadlines. I'm suffering. Like I've been suffering for the last couple weeks, but I'm suffering extra hard like this week and next week probably. But I'll try my best. And yes, it's just, Miku and Vocaloid was extremely influential on me when I was in high school or so, in my teenage years. And uh yeah, I just, I haven't really drawn Miku since I was, oh, I don't know, more than 5 years ago or something. I haven't drawn Miku in a very long time, so I think it'd be fun to do something for Miku Day now. Okay, so let's go to Clip Studio. I already started like doing the sketch and stuff earlier. So I have a good amount of progress done already, turns out. But the thing is, I am going to try to do a different process than I normally do with drawing. Because usually I would do the sketch and then I would do clean line art and then I would fill in colors under the line art and, go in and shade it and then maybe paint over some extra things on top. But today, I wanted to try a different process for this, which is I did like a sketch and then I started filling in like some of the light and dark values. You can see like black, white. It's very rough. I need to go and like find them. And then I overlaid some color on top. So I'm gonna try to do this thing where I work mostly from black and white with colors laid on top and then use that as a base and then paint it in as I go. So that's my general game plan. It might change, who knows? But I just wanted to experiment a little bit today because I haven't really tried to do drawing or painting like this before. And I think I might be able to do like some stuff that was harder the other way that I normally do, but like easier now. Can't wait to see what emote Taiga will send today. Yes, who knows what Taiga is going to say today. Yes, I don't want to assume whether it's a, he or she or whatever. They might send actual text again, who knows? Okay. Not understanding anything because you've never used any art software. It's okay. It'll maybe make sense in time, who knows? Yeah, so basically, I like a black and white version. Oh, thank you for gifting. You're back to third. Yes, so Neji has reclaimed third place. Yeah, so I start with a black and white, like grayscale kind of, and I just kind of overlaid color on top of it. So um usually I don't do it this way, but we're gonna do it this way to start and we're gonna see. I think maybe first I should perhaps clean up some of the sketch. It's a little bit messy. Clean up the sketch a little bit and then I can merge it with the grayscale stuff underneath. The throne war. Last time people were warring for third place. It got quite exciting. Very energetic. You get my opinion on Hutel? Um, I like her characterization and her visuals, but I don't think I really like her playstyle that much. Her playstyle's not for me. That's like pretty much all I can say, I guess. You sacrificed your chance at Hutel for Xiao. Originally, actually, before the ability, okay, back like months ago, I thought I wanted Hutel, and then the like ability previews, like the leak of her abilities came out, and I was like, I don't know if I want Hutel anymore, actually, because her playstyle is like not really for me. So I actually switched from originally wanting Hu Tao to wanting Xiao. But I really like her character. It's just I don't think her playstyle is a good match for me. Monster Hunter. Monhan. I don't really play Monster Hunter. Even though I think they like the cats. I think the cats from Monster Hunter are really cute. I like the cats. But hmm. My first experience of trying Monster Hunter wasn't great. It was on the 3DS or something, and I wasn't really into it. But I might give it another chance at some point. It's Calico. Calico. The cats, yes. Calico. They're very cute. I think they had a spin-off game with like just the cats. I don't think it got translated. I think it was only in Japanese. But it was super cute. I wanted to play just that spin-off game. Because it looked so cute. And it was like a cat village and, very, very relaxed looking. Monster Hunt, the Monster Hunter Rise is coming. I don't, it's like really difficult for me to find time to pick up new games right now. Most of the time when I play games now, it's like usually for stream. So we'll see. I don't know yet whether or not I will be giving Monster Hunter another shot. You did not have a Switch. It's tragic. It's big sad. Not sure. Not sure whether or not I'll give another go. See. I just play Genshin. Oh, you got a pretty good deal then, like $300 at the game, right? I actually don't remember exactly how much the Switch retails for right now. It seems like a good deal, I think. Probably. Breath of the Wild, yes, Breath of the Wild is a great choice. That was a good deal then, because Breath of the Wild doesn't really go on sale that often. Hello, how are you? And got twisted often. I think it's mostly just because, one, I've been super tired and stressed lately, and two, it's already difficult for me to speak coherently on stream as it is, because I'm not great at speaking while doing other stuff. It was not good. Your Starbucks order? That's unfortunate. That is very unfortunate. Black tea. Almond. Oh, when you originally told us about that order, I thought you said green tea, and I was like, green tea doesn't sound that bad. Black tea might be a little weird, though. I can see that being, can see black tea not quite working. Makes a little bit more sense to me now. Yeah, redemption. Okay, yeah, yeah. Thank. Yeah. I think, uh, I know you may not be willing to like go back and give it another shot, but I think if it was green tea, it might have been fine. Black tea is, uh, not sure about that one, but I think green tea would have been okay. Got green tea. Boing boing redemption. Okay. The ears go boing boing. Think again. Does the boing boing question get asked every stream? It gets asked kind of often, I suppose. Not every stream, I guess, but like kind of often. You needed comfy vibes. Everyone needs comfy vibes. I could use comfy vibes. I'm like mega stressed recently. It's those deadlines, bro. Oh yes, Taigai has spoken for the first time. You have an exam. Good luck on your exam. I feel like green tea and peppermint. Okay, personally, I'm gonna give a little caveat here that green tea and peppermint is not my favorite combination, but that's because I typically don't. I'm like really picky about mint. I usually don't like mint in my drinks, but I know that green tea and mint is a combination that other people get sometimes, so I'm willing to bet that it's gonna give a better result than the black tea did. Everyone's enjoying their holiday, are they? Prefer infused things. I can like plain green. I can enjoy plain green tea and jasmine. I like jasmine. Starbucks peppermint isn't that good. Typically, I don't think I've ever really ordered anything from Starbucks with mint in it, honestly. I don't get Starbucks that often. Usually it's when I'm like traveling for work or something, and then we stop by and get Starbucks on the way to the convention center. Water is your top drink. Yes. Usually I just drink. Hello. I don't normally drink juice. Juice is like very rare. Miku. Yes. Miku, hello. You love my art. Thank you. I'm trying something new in my process with this one. We will see how it turns out. Not sure how it'll go yet. And like I said, I'm experimenting, so there's a lot of unknown factors I'm playing with. Double Edo, yes. It's two Edos, me and the other Edo. Edo, Edo, na Edo. There's various Edos. Win, Nya redemption. Okay, Nya, Nya. Do I have any plans to make new clothes for my model? I I do have like some alternate outfits I want to do for my model, but just don't have time right now is all. But you see, I think I would like to go back and like redo parts of the rig for my model also because I think I improved in rigging from the time when I first made my model because the my model was my first one I had ever rigged, and I think I can do a better job now. So I would like to redo parts of my rig. And I think it might be a good opportunity to like do some alternate clothes at the same time. Something comfy-ish. I'm not sure yet. I think it'd be nice to have like a casual clothes version. Casual clothes version sounds nice to do. But I haven't actually like finalized anything about the design yet. So we'll see. Happy Miku Day. Yes, happy Miku Day. It's not quite Miku Day yet, though. I'm not late until I'm late. Not late until I'm late, guys. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yes. Yes, I'm PST. I might end up being late. Good day. I decided to experiment with this, and experimenting always means it's probably going to take longer than I anticipated. Sea of time. I only have like 2+ hours. Finish this for Miku Day. Not sure if I will finish it in time. Because this is still pretty rough right now. There's still quite a bit to go through here. You know what time is it? Tomorrow. Huh? What? Or an art of this calendar. How long do I know? If I was going to do this my normal process way, uh, well, you see, I kind of went into this without a very solid plan. But, um, hmm, maybe six, between 6 and 8 hours, maybe. That's what I'm guessing it would be if I was doing this the way I normally do. There's a lot of factors that could influence that, though, so even then, that's a very tentative guess I'm making. I'm not sure. Seeing me work on art makes you want to work on art. Yeah, you should go work on art if you're in the mood then. I can't really say how long this is gonna take me because I kind of, didn't have a very strong plan going into it. 6 hours, doodle for an hour. Um, I usually, I, okay, I used to sit down and do like all the 6 hours at once, but I don't do that anymore because I kind of decided, wait, maybe I should not do that. I used to do that, but I do not do that anymore. Never rush art unless there's a deadline. Deadline means panic time. I used to do the 6 hours in a row of like drawing, but I kind of have decided that was maybe not great for me. So I don't normally do that anymore. Usually I kind of break it up into smaller sessions now. Minecraft, but if you don't stand up. Consider the standing desk option. I don't have a standing desk though. Standing desk would be nice. I don't have a standing desk though. I have a sitting desk. Hmm. Control S. Oh, good reminder. I haven't saved in a good reminder. Standing. You get used to like standing for long hours if you do it enough. For some people with certain like conditions and health problems that might not be possible for them. Eight hours is your limit currently. Do you think going longer is just do not hurt yourselves? Working long hours. Fine. Sleeping is the my sleep has been so bad lately. Well, it's been bad for a while. That's not just lately, my sleep's been bad. I've had bad insomnia problems for a while because of, stress insomnia. You hope one day you'll be a decent standard. Standing goals. Sometimes the problem with resting is it's hard to like make my mind calm down enough to be able to rest, you know? Sometimes I have that problem. Hello. Much as you wish to stay, you must go. Okay, thank you for coming. The other Ito. Ito Mark II. Do this section. Mark 50 nanotechnology. Science. I am a scientist. I am graduated with a bachelor's of science. So I am a scientist. That's how it works. Art science, I think. Um, I guess. I did not graduate with a art science degree though. Graduated with a science and technology science. Gamers. It was kind of interesting. There were a number of kids in my department in college who were like in game design and stuff. And some of them didn't play games. I was really confused. I was like, what are you guys doing here? Oh, also, I had a professor once, man, he was something else. I have so many stories about him. People either, you see, he was a very polarizing person because you either loved him or you hated him. Um, but he was a professor who was kind of in charge of like the a lot of the like animation, modeling, raster image art classes. And this kind of overlapped with some of the classes I took. And because I because my degree was in like UX, UI, and web development, and so I took one of his classes for credits. And oh wait, let me read the chat. You're on your way to sleep. Somebody loves everyone. Yes. Yes, good positive reminder. Thank you. Good night, Redwire. Yeah, so this professor took one of his classes. It was like raster imaging or whatever, just some kind of it was okay, admittedly I took his class because it looked like it was going to be relatively easy for me to get a good score in his class because I was like I already know about like raster images, and I quickly learned in his class that he doesn't really know what he's talking about. Like, we were okay, one of the lectures was like a lot of the time I would go to that class and he would just pull up some YouTube videos of people doing speed paints and then like do that. He would just have us watch someone speed paint on YouTube for the class. And I was like, bro, I could have done this at home in my room. But yeah, so one day we had a class and then we were talking about isometric games, you know, like, the games that move on a like tiled system, you know? And he asked people in the class to name some examples of isometric games. And somebody was like, Diablo? And this professor, he was like, what's Diablo? He's the professor who's supposed to be like one of the guys sort of in charge of a lot of these like game game design classes and stuff. And he's like, what's Diablo? And we're like, bro, how do you not know what Diablo is? And then, people gave a bunch of other examples of like, isometric games. And he was like, I don't know what these games are. I was thinking about like Qbert. And we're like, Qbert? Like, are you serious? Qbert? I mean, not everyone knows those types of games, but I feel like if you are a professor in a department where you're supposed to kind of be one of the authorities on, um, you know, game development, game design and stuff, and you're teaching classes and you don't know what some of the more prominent examples of some of these games are, I feel like I feel like that's just a little bit of a problem. Yes, Qbert is an old game. Like, I barely knew what Qbert was. And he was like expecting us to come up with that as an example. And I was like, bro, you didn't know what Diablo was? Like, no, it's just, oh, I have so many stories about him. He was an interesting character, to say the least. Um, how do I feel about asymmetric cryptography? I don't think I know enough about asymmetric cryptography to have an opinion on it, I guess. I don't think I know I don't think I know enough about these topics to talk about them. Dyson spheres. Yeah, I don't think I know enough about this to have a conversation about it. Like, about the Diablo thing though, like, I don't actually play Diablo. I haven't, well, I've played it a little bit, but I never really like got super into it, but even as someone who is not really a Diablo player, like, at least I know of it. It's kind of famous. It's not some obscure game. You're going, okay. You never heard of it until you're trying to find co-op games to play with your. I mean, if you never heard of it, that's, as a normal casual gamer, I think that's fine. My real issue with the professor was that it's supposed to be it's like kind of his job to be a little bit more aware of these things, which he wasn't. Had another interesting experience with that professor. So the same class, all right, the same class at the end of that term, we're having our final exam, and it's a practical exam. So we go into a lab and then we have to execute some practical things in the lab, right? Uh, so you sit down at these desks, and there's a number of options at the computers at the desks, and they range from, like, there's a bunch of things that you could potentially do that he set up. And for example, one of them was like, take this photo of this celebrity and make them look 30 years older or something, some basic Photoshop kind of stuff where you just Photoshop, photo manipulate. And I wasn't really like in the mood to do those. So I came across one of the options was this folder full of these drawings of these sort of generic looking fantasy characters, like medieval high fantasy-esque sort of, elf archers and, like, goblins and, you know, that kind of stuff. Um, and the instructions for that folder were just like, for this option, you could just do something cool with these. And I was like, that's awfully vague, but okay. So I picked one of the characters, which, might I remind you, looks really generic. Like, they look like background characters in a very generic old medieval fantasy game. And I started redrawing a, like, semi-realistic rendered portrait of the character because I was like, okay, well, whatever, I'll just. He said do something cool with it, so I'll try to do something cool with it. And an hour passes into this process, and he's walking around and, checking on everyone's progress, and he gets to me, and he kind of has this scandalized tone in his voice, and he's kind of like squinting, giving me this really weird look. And he's like, "Are you redrawing my character?" And I was so tired, okay? I like barely slept the night before because I had other final exams going on that I was stressed out about. So I came into this lab pretty much dead, just wanting to get this over with, right? And he came to my desk sounding absolutely scandalized that I was redrawing his character. And I was like, yes. And he looked so offended. He looked so absolutely offended that I would redraw his character, okay? And I was like, bro, I don't have the energy for this. And he pointed to some guy sitting like a few chairs down from me, and he was like, "Oh, I was intending that you guys would just, you know, colorize my sketches." And I looked at what the other guy was doing, and I kind of looked back at the sketches in the folder, and I was like thinking, if I chose to do that, I would have been done in like 30 minutes, and I would have been like out of here, you know, because this exam was supposed to take like 2 hours. And I just kind of looked back at him and shrugged because, you know, the instructions given for this were very vague, remember? They just said do something cool with this. And in my honest opinion, I think just colorizing the sketches wasn't very cool. Seemed kind of, you know, a little boring to me. So he kind of like, I mean, I shrugged at him and then he gave me that look again. He was like, well, all right, I just don't want you to run out of time. And at that point, I was just kind of annoyed, you know. I was like, bro, instructions unclear, character redrawn. Yeah, basically. I was like, my dude, I am drawing fan art of your generic looking medieval fantasy elf character. How can you be complaining about this right now? It's free fan art. I know, people pay me for fan art, and here he is complaining. This is Miku. Hello. I'm drawing Hatsune Miku because it's for Miku Day. Wrong, I'm paying him to make fan art. That's a good point. I was paying to go to school, and then I draw fan art of his generic looking character, and he complains about it. That's a good point. This man really could not be satisfied. He just wanted to hear her name. Oh, I see. Miku Miku. Just could not satisfy that professor. Except, I guess I did in the end because later I got my grade back on that exam and I got like a very good score on it, so. Like, who's laughing now? How dare he doubt me in my ability to create 2-hour fan art of his character? Sounds like a bad customer. If he was an actual customer, I would have just been like, no, I'm not dealing with you. The generic elf is laughing. That guy he had such an attitude. It's such a high and mighty attitude for being so mediocre. Hydrate. Okay, hydrate. I'll hydrate. Oh, thank you for the sub. Thank you. What happened? Oh, I'm talking about telling an old story about a teacher I had, a professor who was honestly kind of thought he thought he was like, you know, great. He acted like he was great. He reported a professor for plagiarizing in the textbook he wrote and made you buy for his class. I hate it when when like professors write bad textbooks and then they like make you buy them for the class. Irritating. Good on you for reporting them though. Kind of ballsy for them to plagiarize in their textbook and then in an academic setting that's kind of I don't know. It takes some kind of self-confidence, I guess. The guy straight up copy pasted from another professor's website. Oh my god. He copied from another professor. That's something else. From another professor. That's oof. That's bold and not in a good way. No, the audacity of some people really never ceases to amaze me. Professor from school, but I mean, it's still a professor. Maybe professor from another school, but still professor, which you'd think people would be a little more careful about things like this, you know? Got fired. I mean, I think he deserved it. Plagiarizing a textbook, that's. Oh yeah, I wonder if that means that you're right, it could reflect poorly on their history. They could have been copying things as a student too. Why is it always like people who are the most full of themselves who are the boldest with these things? They pull it off with such confidence that I'm kind of like amazed. I guess you need that confidence to do it at all. I suppose so. Thank you for the sub again. It's like impressive in a horrible way. Kind of like thinking about maybe I'm at the point where I might want to start merging my layers so I can start finding things by painting over them. You once heard of a really bossy and terrible teacher who claims she's Scorpio. People who are like, I can't help it. I'm Tauros. I'm Scorpio. It's just how Tauros and Scorpio people are. And it's like, no. You literally have control over these things. Don't worry, it's because I'm a Sagittarius. Yeah, people are like, oh, I cannot be nice to people today because I'm uh Pisces. I don't know. Like, no, you don't have to follow some arbitrary star sign thing that like dictates your life or something. Hello, everyone. Gemini, I don't know what it means, but here we are. Yes, for the record, I'm an Aquarius. For the record, guys, I'm an Aquarius. I don't know what that means. I don't know what it's supposed to mean about me, but it is what I am. Fish. I thought Pisces was the fish, though. I know Pisces is the fish. My brother is a Pisces. Aquarius is the water bear air sign. Someone make it make sense. I don't understand how astrology works. Aquarius is the water bear. Water bear. Wasn't there actually a thing called a water bear? Yeah, actually it looks kind of scary. I don't I just googled it. It's kind of scary looking. It has a cute name, but it's low-key kind of terrifying. Zodiac animals. I'm a year of the boar. That's my zodiac animal. I'm a year of the boar. Is it the invincible thing that survives in space? I don't know. Does it survive in space? I thought cockroaches can live in space. Or am I wrong? Was it not cockroaches? There's all sorts of these mildly terrifying things that can survive in space, and I'm not one of them. Your year of the snake, danger noodle. Danger noodle. Danger, danger. Water bears tardigrade. They're invincible. They look invincible. I wouldn't want to mess with one. I bet I'd lose. It looks like it could take me out in a fight. Here, the dragon rooster. Yes, we got quite a mix in here. Got quite a mix. Okay, I've merged all of the layers. Now time to start painting. Like clean painting, kinda. Oh wait, no, I suddenly thought of something I want to do before I merge the layers for real. Red. Control Z. Why can't I go back? Go back. There we go. Okay. Let me change this a little bit more before I commit. She's so Shio pickles? Wait, what are we talking about. I looked away for like a minute and now I am not sure where the conversation has gone. Electric eel. I was told that the seahorse is kind of meant to be considered related to the dragons. So maybe a seahorse. Seahorse is supposed to be the modern dragon. Um, I don't think I would like to eat a seahorse though. I don't think I'm down to eat. Dave. You can ferment seahorses in wine? I had no idea that was like a thing people did. Yes, the rat is in the zodiac. Wait, why are we talking about zodiac salad though? How did we get here? Not sure how we got here, and I'm not sure if I like that we are here. Yeah, redemption. Okay, yeah. Yeah. Is this the part of the stream where you guys start talking about cursed food things again? Why does it always end up always a cursed food portion of the stream? Not sure how I feel about it. Seen two kinds of rats, pet rats and subway rats. Aren't pet rats like super smart? The videos I've seen of other people's pet rats, the rats are always like really smart in them. Have you guys tried eating insects? Not really. I don't think I've really had much insect eating experience in my life. Tried it once, never again. Hmm. Actually, I can't really think of any time where I ate insects. So if I did, I don't really remember it, I guess. Maybe I should fix these eyes a little. Some refining. I know my mom said that fried silkworms was a popular street food when she was growing up. Intrigued by fried silkworms. I've never tried them actually, but my mom said that they were popular street food when she was growing up. What country? She lived in Thailand when she was very young, and then she moved to Hong Kong sometime in the middle of her childhood. So I'm not entirely sure. It's probably tempted to think she might be referring to Thailand, the fried silkworms. Ah, yeah, then it's probably Thailand. Seeing people dip it in fish sauce and chili. I don't think my mom ate them live though. I think she's a little too squeamish for that. I am also a little bit too squeamish for that. I think eating things live would be a little bit too much for me. Never eaten anything alive. Scared too. Yeah, I think I'd be a little bit scared also. I'll eat like raw fish and stuff, but I don't think I can eat live things. It would kind of scare me a little too much. So I zoomed in a little too much in Miku's eye. Oh, I just realized I forgot to blend this layer in. To merge this ooh. Oops. There we go. There we go. Now the painting should be smoother. I was like, how come my colors are being so like dull? And I was like, didn't realize I forgot to merge some of the layers. Yes, I like sushi and sashimi. Tuna is my favorite. Although I like some other kinds too, like red snapper and stuff. Do I like Japanese eel? I like eel, yeah. I like eel. Kabayaki. I like kaba. You like hamachi and yellowtail. Oh, save. Yes, I should say. Thank you for reminding. Save. Stretch. Stretch. Stretch redemption. Ah, okay, and hydrate. Okay, hydration. Hamachi is my mom's favorite sushi. Parents would never eat sushi because they're cautious of raw foods. I had a one of my previous bosses when I used to work a normal normie job. When I used to work like a normal people office job, he was very opposed to eating raw fish. Miku Miku, yes, it's Miku Miku. Let's look at the whole thing. So this is the whole thing so far. Still quite a bit to go, but I'm getting there. It's taking longer than normal because I'm doing a different way of different method, different process than normal. Different painting process. Your aunt made salmon sashimi for one Thanksgiving, and then your parents tried like one slice. Maybe they will feel adventurous enough to try more slices in the future. Maybe. Experimentation. Um, I would prefer people do not give criticism during the stream because it makes me a little anxious, especially if I'm like still in the process of drawing it. 'Cause I'm probably gonna make changes and stuff. Yes, thank you for understanding. It's good you asked first, because um yes, I feel like people should always make sure that uh make sure that it's okay before they just offer up their criticisms on stuff. Yeah, so good that you asked first. Would love to behave. You're dropping by to say hi. Oh yes, thank you. Would I say that Miku is the grandma of all VTubers? I was thinking about that the other day actually. I was like, is Miku like, or Vocaloid in general, the kind of like the predecessor to VTubing in a way? The OG. I feel like I can see the relation, how things have developed. I can see it. Vocaloid, you type baby tubers. Yeah, I feel like that's kind of the progression it went in. Except VTubers like got picked up by even more than Utaite did. It expanded beyond the Utaite sphere. Everything grew. Utaites became VTubers. True, a lot of them really did just become VTubers. Which I think is kind of nice actually, because a lot of people were feeling like a little frustrated with their Utaite career, as it were. I know I was speaking to some people and they were feeling kind of like they were dead ending a little until VTubing became more popular and then they sort of found their stride again. Miku, thank you. Miku was very formative for me. Formative, influential. So I want to do something nice for Miku Day. Miku was very influential in my life, especially when I was teenager. during my teen years. Can't wait to hear her in concert again. It would be nice when we can go and have like concerts again. I too miss going to concerts and stuff. Vocaloids are kind of like the distant ancestors of tubers. Distant, but like distant means like 10 years. You will love Miku even when you're an old lady. Yes, 10 years can mean a lot. I mean, a lot happened between like the year 2000 and the year 2010 in terms of technolo technological advancements, right? So yeah, it's true. 10 years can mean a ton of things. I was thinking about how VHS tapes used to be a thing when I was a kid, and now they're like, an ancient relic. It's kind of like crazy to think about. Still Disney movies on VHS. Yeah, um we used to like make recordings of cartoons and stuff that were airing on TV at the time and keep them on those little cassette tape things and then rewatch them later. And now that seems so like archaic now. Nuts. Have a good night. Okay, yes. Thank you for coming. Have a good night, Subam. Your first car had a cassette player in it, and now cars don't even have CD players. I know, cars don't even have CD players anymore. That's nuts. Technology has changed so much in the span of like even 5 years. You did that with all the Shreks. You recorded Shrek. You have physical CDs for supporting artists, but you just ripped the MP3s out. Yeah. Like I would buy CDs just to support artists and stuff, but if I'm gonna actually listen to them, I would rip them in MP3 and put them on my phone or something. Mm. Okay, she's gone. Yeah, basically, my mom, she like knocked on the door and then she was like, she came in and I kind of looked at her and I was like, don't. And then she started complaining in Chinese anyway. And then I gave her another look and then I muted and then she was like, "Oh, was I not supposed to talk?" And I was like, "You told me to put a sign on the door so that you don't interrupt when I'm streaming and then you came in and did it anyway." Oh, oops, yeah, I forgot I have to change that shout out thingy. He knocks to give privacy but asserts dominance by entering the room anyway. Yep, it do be like that. There's an Allen key style lock on your door, and your mom uses the tiny Allen key to open the door anyway. Oh no. Whether you like it or not, your mom is entering the room. Knocking is just a formality. Anyway, it was like the thing she wanted to complain about wasn't even like totally valid anyway. It's just, we have one of those like hot water dispensing thingies in the kitchen. Like you fill it with water and then it boils it and then it just keeps it hot and then you can like use it to dispense hot water like whenever afterwards. So it's really good for like tea and stuff, right? Anyway, so is that the name for it? Yeah, so we have one of those and she was like coming in to complain because someone and she was implying the someone was me. Someone let the water like run dry in it. Oh, wow, thank you for gifting the subs. Yes, thank you. So, yeah, she was implying that the someone was me. Someone let the water run dry in it. And sometimes it is me who forgets and lets the water run dry because I forget to check that the water level is still like okay. But this time it was not me. I didn't even use it today because I had boba. So I didn't use any hot water. And so she was like, "You let the water run dry again." And I was like, "I didn't even use it today. It's not me." Yeah, so we have a sound alert for subs now. We have a sound alert because we met a sub goal a little while ago. And since I realized that I never really set any rewards for the sub goal, I was like, what if I just made a sound alert for subs now? Maybe that was a good enough sub goal reward thing. Sub alert sound. The sub alert sound is me saying yeah bye. Oh, hydrate. Okay, hydration. Drink water. Had boba earlier. I don't have boba every day, believe it or not. Like, I know, might be kind of hard to believe, but I actually do not have boba every day. Favorite boba flavor? My favorite, kind of hard to say. Like, I like jasmine probably in general. Jasmine usually is my favorite. It kind of depends on like the place I go to because I have different favorites for some places. And sometimes I don't even like to get like the tapioca in the tea. Sometimes I just like jelly instead, like the IU jelly and stuff. See, did I ever get a whipping as a child? Oh, when I was okay, when I was a very young child, my parents used to like spank us when we were in trouble, but they kind of stopped doing that as we got older when we got in trouble. I was never a child. I went from newborn to adult. What do you mean? I had a childhood. How many layers do I usually work with? Well, right now, on on this particular drawing, I only have like um I'm only painting on one layer right now, but this is kind of unusual for me. I would say usually, actually, I don't know. Let me open up one of my previous drawings. I think it really depends because I also merge some layers as I go. Um, I'll open up one of my previous drawings and we can see how many layers I used. Oh, maybe between 30 and 50. It kind of depends. It really depends. Right now I'm only using one sort of, but I'm like making layers above it and merging as I go. So it's a little different. Your dad hit you with the broom until the broom broke. Ow, that's brutal. I don't actually remember very much about getting like spanked and stuff as a child, except that it was kind of traumatic. Definitely not something that I would, you know, say was a good thing. You have a fear of human touch until now. It's just, yeah, it's like I think it I really do not believe in physical punishment for kids. I don't think it really teaches them anything except to be afraid, which is not a state of living that you want for your kids. How does one discipline a child who doesn't listen and is outrageous? I think it has to start with first you have to like address why they're being outrageous instead of just blindly punishing them for their behavior, you know? Because usually, I think a lot of the time, kids could be brats, but there's a reason why they're acting out. And I think first you have to like understand why, like what's the origin of their behavior? Why are they acting like that? And then you have to figure out a good way to communicate why their behavior is like not right. Can a child communicate with sound logic? Um, I think they sometimes they may not be able to communicate in the way that we want to hear them communicate in, but like I don't think it's ever an excuse for resorting to like hitting them as punishment. Yes, a child grows up developing logic. You have to like the purpose of like disciplining a child is really because you're trying to teach them what is like appropriate behavior, right? And that's true. A lot of adults cannot communicate with sound logic. So I think it's like we cannot apply the same standards that we have for adults to children to begin with, you know. I think personally, I believe that physical discipline, like punishing them with physical pain and stuff, in the end, you're not actually teaching them anything except that violence is an acceptable way to deal with something. I don't think that teachers and parents really have the same like my I don't personally believe that teachers and parents would have the same kind of authority to like discipline kids like this. If the teachers in physical education is making this do extra work. I feel like there's so many other ways you can, punish a child if you need to that do not involve hitting them. I just do not think that hitting them is really any kind of viable answer, even as like a last resort. Because in the end, it just means you kind of like failed as someone who's supposed to be providing guidance. If you have to resort to like hitting a kid to get your point across, because at that point, your point that you're trying to get across is just that you want them to behave the way that you want them to, but you're not able to articulate or get them to understand. And so you're like forcing them. Hello. Sorry, we're we're having a conversation where I'm trying to say that hitting kids is not a good solution to like trying to discipline them. What if the child is violent but parents are too passive? Um, okay, like for let me be like kind of serious for a second. The whole alpha thing was like really, it was scientifically debunked. The guy, the scientist who made the thing about like alphas and wolf packs has been trying to like retract that statement for years. Like he's been going around and trying to be like, no, this is not a thing. It's not actually a thing. It was observed in an enclosed setting. Yes, like it was not a real like representation of natural behavior. And just, time and time again, they've kind of gone back and been like, this is not an actual viable conclusion that was drawn here. Like the scientist who originally made that statement kept trying to retract it, but everyone just kind of took it and ran with it, and it's become a common misconception. So there is no actual alpha in wolf packs. And I think, human society is really complicated. And I think it's like not really you can't really like apply the same kinds of rules about wildlife as you can to like human behavior. It's like not a equivalent comparison. Let me see my references. Zoom out again, look at the whole thing. The rendering progress on this is a little bit slower than normal, but it's getting there. Still believe in hierarchy in terms of respect. I think regardless of whether you believe in like hierarchy in terms of respect and having the authority to hit another person as like punishment for their behavior, I think are two very different things. A last resort where violence is a last resort. Hello, Mango. I hope you're doing well too. If a child is being violent to the where the parents have to fight back, I think in that at that point it's like self-defense, but I think if you are in a power dynamic where, obviously as a young child, the parent has is in a more powerful position than the young child. I think it is wrong for the parent in that position to use their power and like physically, hit their child like that. Like, there's a clear power imbalance. And I don't think it's comparable to like when you talk about how people use violence to subdue criminals or something, because, a child does not know, their brain is not fully developed. So I don't think you can handle them with the same kind of way you would handle an adult criminal. A child's brain is not fully developed. They can't like be judged the same way. Like, I'm not saying that kids obviously can just get away with doing whatever, but I don't think you can apply the same standards to them that you would to adults. You are supposed to like, guide them and teach them, not whack them and be like be like, we don't know what to do with you, so the only thing we have left to do with you is like hit you. Like, I think it does not help. Who are we whacking? Oh, yes, we are not whacking kids because that's wrong. I'm trying to explain why I think punishing kids with physical punishment is not right. And I'm taking a very long time to render this hair. Isn't the most details of the character in the hair? Sometimes it is. A lot of the time it could be. I think I'm taking extra long this time, both because I want to do a really good job on the hair and also because like I said, I'm going about this a different way than I normally do. And it's taking me longer because I'm treading unfamiliar territory. What did you miss? Um, it was just a serious conversation about, you know, about disciplining children. Honestly, I don't really want to return to that conversation because it's a little heavy. Oh yeah, and zodiac salad. I'm not sure what was going on with the zodiac salad. It was another one of those first food conversations. You spray your cat with a water bottle. I have some news for you. Did you know the most effective way to train cat behavior is actually to not react to the negative things? Because your cat perceives it as getting attention from you. It gets a reaction. And therefore, it knows that if it does so and so thing, whether the attention is positive or negative, it knows it gets a reaction, which is not the association you want to form in its mind. So actually, if you want to get a cat to stop doing a certain behavior, you just ignore it. It's, you have to be in it for the long haul. You can't expect immediate results. Kenya redemption no Kenya. Yeah. Yes, I think we're moving on from the behavior behavior training conversation. I spend a lot of time reading about animal behavior actually because it's very interesting to me, and also since I intend to have pets in the future, I feel like I want to be very well aware of how to handle my pets and stuff. Responsible, yes, I want to be responsible. I hope you don't actually bonk your cat. I think your cat might not like that. You sound like I'll make a good owner, I hope. I want to be a responsible pet owner. And I think being a responsible pet owner means making sure you do like enough research and stuff on your pets before you get them so that you make sure you can take care of them optimally. Squeaky hammer. It's just don't hurt your don't hurt your pets. Anyway, I don't intend to have kids. I don't intend to have kids. I'm just gonna have pets. No kids, only pets. Kids are expensive, it's true. Kids are expensive. They're quite a commitment that I don't want to commit to. It's difficult. I don't think I can deal with that level of stress in my life. Hello. Pet medical bills. Oh yeah, I heard pet medical bills can get quite high. So I mean, I know that pets are not they're not like cheap to have either, but kids are a different kind of expensive. I mean, even giving birth in a hospital in the US is very expensive. Just giving birth in a hospital is already gonna like take a ton of money. I stuck with the cat. I think some cats can easily live to like, 15 plus years. Some cats will live to 15 plus years. You've seen too many friends give birth to kids. I think, honestly, personally speaking, I think the process of being pregnant and then giving birth, that sounds extremely nightmarish to me. Like, you have to deal with all these extra, like, physical problems, like your back hurts and your feet swell or something. And then there's, like, all these other little side effects. And then the actual giving birth part, like, I'm not about it. It seems too much for me. Outdoor cat. Yeah, I'll keep my cat indoors because I don't want it to have accidents and stuff. I'll take my cat outside on like walks. We can go for walks together. But I'm not gonna let it roam around. I'm not gonna let it roam around the neighborhood. It might get in trouble quite easily. Who will take care of me when I'm old? I feel like having kids for the sake of setting yourself up for a future caretaker, I'm like not really on board with that. I will simply cross that bridge when I come to it. But I don't think my solution is going to be having kids. You have friends who want more kids and just remind them of their first experience. Yes, truly reevaluate if they want to go through the same thing again. Training cats to be on a leash. Well, it's like, training, it really depends. I think it depends on the cat and also your training method. Probably will be difficult, but if I cannot take them on a leash, I will find some way to safely take them outside for walks or something. It's the cat backpacks. The cat backpacks look pretty cool. They have the bubble window in them so that the cat can see outside. That way the cat gets to go on a little bit of adventure, but safely. All the cats you've ever had were scared of going outside. Oh. Yeah, I suppose there are cats like that too who just are scared. I mean, if my cat is scared, I won't force it to go outside. I'm just assuming that the cat might want to go outside, but if it doesn't, I'm not gonna make it. Cats can be cautious animals. Traveling cat pinion. Pinion. Is there a ghost in your closet? I've seen some people walk cats on leashes, or more like a harness, I guess. Like a harness. If my cat wants to go outside, I will see what I can do to safely take the cat outside. This hair is gonna take forever. The only time you saw a cat being walked was on Halloween. Oh, that's cute. Cute Halloween cat. I hope your cat and your dog will get along. Sometimes animals might get kind of stressed when they get introduced to new other animals in the house. I hope your pets will get along. Oh wait, I shouldn't start rendering the hair on this part yet because I still have to finish the hand. Finish rendering like some of the hair. We're off to a good start. Your sister had a dog that was about the same size as her cat, and the cat sometimes bullied the dog. Yeah, they might bully each other. So the cat just square up. It's time to duel. Control S. Okay, I'll save. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this method of painting is taking much longer than it would for me. I'm not sure how I feel about it yet, as a like whether I'll do it more in the future. We'll see. There's like some parts I like about it, and other parts that I don't like how long it takes. You know it's over when dual disc. You know it's over when Seto Kaiba calls you a what was it, a third-rate duelist, the fourth-rate deck or something. Was that it? You know it's over when Seto Kaiba disses you like that. Looking lovely. Oh, thank you. You know it's over when you lose in a children's card game. I can't believe how high stakes these children's card games were. You know, when I was a kid, I hated Seto Kaiba because I was like, this guy's such a jerk, which he is. But as I grew older, I was like, this guy's really entertaining, even if he's a jerk. He's entertaining because he's a jerk in this cartoon. Why would you buy cards when you can play Duel Links? And the part where Kaiba crushes a can and causes team to fire whoever designed the can. Kaiba was truly something else. Kind of iconic. Yes, Kaiba was really like, screw the rules, I got money. We are who we are because of Seto Kaiba, it's true. A massive influence. Seto Kaiba shaped a generation. TV. Yeah, I wasn't a cable kid either. I watched Sonic X on 4kids.tv back in the day. Sonic X on 4Kids. I watched Sonic X. Jackie Chan Adventures. Wasn't Jackie Chan on Kids WB though? Can't remember. Man, I remember Sonic X anime. It got really dark, actually. It got kind of emotional because I think at some point they went into space and it was like heavily implied that a number of characters died in space or, explicitly happened in the plot that some characters died in space. They had this whole like intense plot going on. It was for the adults that were watching it with the kids. Weren't they all kind of in like uh I don't know. They were definitely in America in the beginning of it, but it was like some ambiguous city in America. If you guys haven't seen like the original Japanese audio for Sonic X, it was really entertaining because Sonic spoke a lot of like English all it. Oh my God. Hello, Raiders. It's Pokey. Pokey Pokums. Hello. How are you? I'm drawing Miku right now. I'll show you the whole thing. Here is my progress so far. Yeah, we were talking about Sonic X. Yes, it's Miku for Miku Day. Yes, thank you everybody. How are you? I'm working very slowly on this. There's so much left to do. You can see. I'm late for Miku Day. I have been working on this for the last couple hours and it's not anywhere close to done. Looks pretty so far. Thank you. How was your stream? The perspective is nice. I'm trying to be more dynamic with like the hair and stuff. Trying and I'm like experimenting with a different process for painting this time. So lots of experimentation going on. But I feel like, I want to do something nice for Miku Day because Miku was so like influential on me when I was in school. Stream was good. You got work done. It's good. Productivity feels nice. When is Miku Day? March 9th, which it is, I guess now it's March 9th, but I'm a little late. I don't know if I will finish this in time to post on Miku Day, which is technically today now, but I'll try my best. I will definitely give it my best shot. Yes, Miku Day started 5 minutes ago. Miku Day already was a thing in Japan many hours ago, but not in my time zone. West Coast. I'm in the West Coast. Oh man, I'm gonna have to paint over some of this hair that I already did earlier. Just paint over it again. I'll just have to fix it. No big deal. It's midnight, but I'm still making an effort for my girl, Miku the Queen. Vocaloid was like so important to me when I was in high school and stuff. It was how I met a lot of online friends and stuff back. And like every year, I keep forgetting to do something for Miku Day. So this year, I am changing that. Tons of Vocaloid songs in high school. Yeah, I listened to so many Vocaloid songs in high school. It was nuts. I learned so many songs. High school was the years. I don't know. I think I enjoyed college more than high school personally. I do kind of miss the feeling of not having to worry about so many things. You like playing the games now? Oh, like the rhythm games, like Project Diva and stuff. That's why it's just the years. The years. It was just the years. Oops, that's hair, not Project Diva games. I wasn't ever really very good at rhythm games. The only rhythm game I really played was DDR, and that was like more recently. But just because I'm not good at them doesn't mean I don't enjoy them. I enjoy them thoroughly, even though I am very bad at them. DDR, yes, I like playing DDR. I really miss going to arcades and stuff. I have a soft DDR pad at home and I play like Stepmania on it. It's one of my it's one of those things I like to do for like exercise and stuff. Hydrate. Okay, I'll hydrate. Charge people to go into my garage to play 1 minute of TDR. I think it'd be cool to have like an arcade cabinet in my future home. I would need the space for it though. It's one of the big problems, space. Space is the main concern. Audience of cats watching me DDR. 5 minutes like $5. You know, arcades are like kind of expensive nowadays sometimes. I guess that's what happens when inflation is a thing. Games aren't 25 cents. 25 cents. I mean, I guess with how inflation works, it kind of makes sense now when I think about it. It's just, yeah. Inflation, the enemy of trying to save your money in the bank. It makes me so sad thinking about how, like, if you put money in the bank and you don't actually, like, try to do anything with it, you just let it sit there, you're actually losing money because inflation will outpace any, like, interest you get from a regular savings account. Sucks. Inflation, the enemy of me. Yes. How long was the cat in the entire time? Okay, I need to do this ribbon, but oh, wow. Good night. I guess you are going. Yes, thank you for the bits. Thank you. Hope you have a good night, Tai Guy. Let's see. Fingers. Rendering. Fingers. I guess I've made a fair bit of progress even though there's still so much left to go. How was my day today? Um, Trying my best to be productive. I originally wanted to finish this in tonight's stream session, but I don't know if that's going to be possible because I'm taking longer on it than I originally intended. It would have been like I would have been able to finish it in the normal stream session length if I did not decide to experiment. But because I decided to experiment, here we are. Have I stretched or worked out yet? Yes, I did earlier today, as a matter of fact. I did earlier. Both of those things, even. I haven't really looked at the Miku tags for today, but I saw some of the Miku Day posts from like Japanese artists loading in, starting from several hours ago. So I saw some of the Miku Day art already. Do they sell bagels without the holes? What do you mean bagels without the holes? What do you mean bagels without the holes? What is that? Yeah, it's like donuts, like donut holes, but you're talking about the main bagel part, just like a solid bagel. You're gonna go to sleep. Okay, thank you for coming. Thank you for coming tonight. It's nice to see you. You put what? What are you guys talking about with the bagels? I'm so lost. It's like driving. What's like driving? Cutting bagels? This chat is like taking a polishing wheel to my brain. The optimal way to cut bagels. We should ask someone who works at a bagel shop, they would know. Bet they would know the optimal way to cut. So you dip your bagels in the tea? I haven't had bagels in a long time, actually. I haven't had bagels in forever. I kind of miss bagels now. Now that you guys brought it up, I want a bagel. The best way to cut bagels is just not. Eh? Been hungry since zodiac salad. I wasn't entirely like mentally present for the zodiac salad conversation, so I'm only now kind of like feeling it. You want cream cheese? Tea method. Actually, I don't think I've ever tried having tea with bagels. I don't think I've ever had tea with bagels, but kind of intrigued. If you stack enough bagels, you can use it as a straw. What? Like, I can always count on this chat to devolve into cursed food discussions. Milk in tea? Yeah, I like milk tea. I like milk tea. Boba. I like putting almond milk in tea at home also. Green tea? I can put almond milk in green tea also. Someone did calculations on how much suction you would need to, to use bagels as a straw. What? So how much is it? How much is it then to use bagels as a straw? Oh, you meant to ask someone to do the calculation. I see. I was like, bro, someone already figured it out. I was so ready to be endowed with this knowledge. Sad someone hasn't already done the calculation. You have to go. Okay, thank you for coming. It was nice to have you. Thank you for coming. Bagel radius school. Yes, like I haven't taken physics in years, man. I passed physics and then I was like, bye, see you never. I did not enjoy my physics class. Passing physics. I was so scared I wasn't gonna pass physics. The class average for when I was taking physics, our class average on exams was like 35%. I walked into the last physics exam and I walked out and I was like, bro, I think I'm gonna have to repeat this class. But thankfully, by some miracle, I did not have to repeat that class. I'm pretty sure I just barely squeaked by. You're interested in doing the calculations when you're done driving? Yes, if you do the calculations, I would like to see them. I would like to see the calculations for the bagel straw. Like using a Pringles can as a straw. Did a similar thing in engineering statistics. During the final, he was able to do like 4 out of 7 of the problems. And no one wrote a single thing for the last 2 hours. Yeah, I was pretty sure I was toast after my physics exam. To this day, I don't really know how I got through. I'm really glad that I got through, obviously, because retaking that class would have been hell. You feel like I die a little inside if you mention anything about food. Okay, I'm not gonna lie. Most of the time when you mention something about food, it's very entertaining. So, at the least, I am entertained. Stop encouraging him. You're good at physics but bad with math? That's unusual. Usually, most of the people I know were who were good with physics were also good at math, or vice versa. Most of the people I knew who were good at math were also good at physics. Quite interesting that you say you're good at one and not the other. You like the curses, the cursed food topics. I mean, they're cursed, but they are very entertaining. You were good at math and less at physics. You went into engineering. Yes, that's quite a combo got going on there. Let's see. I should just make this is black without the green tone. If you were good at math, your career would have increased dramatically. Luckily, I don't have to do complicated math for my career now. I just have to do like, accounting and stuff, which kind of sucks actually. I don't like doing accounting. I always found it weird that geometry was under math. It's been years since I had to do geometry. I guess I had to do some geometry for like calculus, you know? I guess I had to do geometry for calculus, but aside from that, I never had to touch geometry again. In every science a branch of physics. I mean, I guess all of the sciences kind of intertwine at points. You know, chemistry affects biology, all sorts of stuff like that. Okay, I think this is probably a good stopping point for tonight because I'm kind of tired now. Made some good progress. I'll try to finish it tomorrow in time for Miku Day before Miku Day wraps up. Still quite a bit to do, but I made good progress. I'm pretty happy with it so far, even though it's taking longer than I wanted. But I am learning, and that's important. Learning's good. I'm happy with my learning. Thank you for coming, everybody. Let me just talk real quick about the next stream. It's actually gonna be several hours from now. Um, I have Wait, where'd my schedule go? Oh, here. Yes, the next stream is gonna be at 8:30 p.m. PST, and it's gonna be a drawing collaboration with my friends actually. If you know the switch around meme, that's what we're gonna be doing. Basically, like we we have like three people, and each person does a sketch and then pass it to the next person. That person has to line the sketch and then pass to the next person, and the next person has to color those lines. So, yes. If you want, I post the schedule and like all the going live alerts and stuff in Discord. Um, yes, it is where you guys talk about cursed foods. But yeah, the stream later today, I guess, as it were, is gonna be that collab drawing stream. It's gonna be pretty goofy. We have a fun twist we're doing with it, so if you are interested, I hope you come for that because I think it's gonna be pretty fun. And that'll be, yes, at 8:30 p.m. PST. Is it food related? Not exactly. I'm sure you guys are gonna derail the conversation and make it food related anyway. So hopefully you can make it. Yes, I hope so, because it's gonna be pretty funny, I think. In my mind, it's gonna be pretty funny. Yes, so I hope I will see you guys then. I hope I finish Miku in time. We'll see. Yes, everybody have a good night. Thank you for coming again. And let me see. Let's go raid my friend Ugu. Let's go raid her. She's streaming right now. She's playing League. Yes, okay. Good night, everybody. Let's go raid.